Back to the basics, been a lot of things, but I never been basic. Run around bases, came from the basement, never been shameless. So I got stay in the streets, get dangerous, so I might bang it. Don't like hanging, unless you family, please don't claim it. Like what you claiming, what you saying, what you bout and what you need. I'm at the house, ain't at the club. I'm really chilling with my seed. I love my poppy, put me on. I'm really chilling with OGs. Don't test my gangster, think I'm me. We gon' Tryna be here for a while in a good time. When we ain't stressed out, just good wine. When I look in the mirror, yeah, I look fine. Good people, times, and good wine. Good wine, good wine, good wine. Tryna be here for a while in a good time. When we ain't stressed out, just good wine. When I look in the mirror, yeah, I look fine. Good people, times, and good wine. Good wine, good wine, good wine, good wine. Streets get ugly, yeah, I seen it. Please believe me, I be tucked. Don't like smoking, last so long, so I keep sipping on this cup. Don't crave attention, just to mention I be chilling in the cut. Glass got empty, now I'm searching through my wallet for $1 bill and some change in my pocket. Oh no, hit my girl, can you spot me? I just need a little loan. Out the house and I'm just vibing on the low. She said she on the way, but she gon' ride it right. Tryna be here for a while in a good time. When we ain't stressed out, just good wine.
All right, I have been wanting to do something for a while. Now I have a resource that can help me do it. As you guys know, if you've watched Blueprints broadcast, we have been talking a lot about self-improvement, bodybuilding, fitness, meal plans, and all kinds of stuff on our podcast. And I've never really trained to do a bodybuilding show. I think I'm gonna ask my brother to train me as if I was going to do a bodybuilding show. I don't know if I would step on stage, but I'm kind of nervous to ask him because I know that he has a lot of clients and he's working with, he's worked with over 100 people, and I don't know how many clients he's taking on right now, but I know he's busy. I'm going to call him and just see if he would be willing to take me on as a client. So let's give him a call and just see what happens. I'm nervous. I don't even know why I'm nervous. You busy?
Nah, I got time.
Nah. So I've been meaning to ask you. I know you've been, we've been doing the podcast for a little bit. I've been listening to some of the stuff you say, and it seems like you know what you're doing with your clients. And I've seen you in your own body makeover and such. I was wondering if you'd be willing to take me on as a client. I've always, we've always been working out.
Yeah.
And I think I was the first one to actually of us brothers to kind of show that we have the ability to gain weight. We were always skinny, and then I was the first one to actually get over 200 pounds, and that was an achievement. But I've seen what you've done with yourself, and I've seen what you've also done with other clients, and I kind of want to actually have somebody not keep me accountable, but someone that knows better than I do now, because this is your full-time job. This is what you do. So what do you think? Is it something you can do? Do you have time to do it?
Free? Yeah, it's hard enough to ask. I've trained Ruben for a little bit, mostly training, tell him here and there what to eat, but I don't know. Whenever you guys ask for something, it's kind of humbling to hear. It's like, oh, older brother needs me now, right? Yeah, if that's what you want to do, what is it that you're trying to what's so new to you now that you want to change from what you're already doing?
I've been in shape, and to other people, I've been jacked, but bro, I want to get jacked. When you say peeled, I want to get peeled at at a decent weight though. I don't want to drop below 200 to be peeled. I want to be at least 201 and be peeled. I'm 212 right now. So what do you think is possible by June, July, summer of next year?
So if we just look at it from your training and kind of eating habits, obviously eating habits are okay, but they can always be better. And same for training. If you want to specifically go for the look, if we're talking about muscle hypertrophy here, we would have to change up your training slightly. Just looking at that, it's not completely bodybuilding. It's more catered towards strength training. And then hypertrophy lifts after. So we have to take a look at that. And then back to the food. We would probably make sure we're tracking things just easier to make sure we're getting in the food we need to get in to make sure that muscle growth is happening and we're not regressing in any way. And especially as you get older, you're not old, but you do have to take everything you can get, to make the progress, right? Just because like at a certain point, as you get older, you start seeing diminishing returns. So we're going to pretty much, ensue on everything that we can pretty much get. Like I had that 46-year-old dude that I did their prep, right? And I mean, great genetics. Our family, we have great genetics too. So but we were spot on with pretty much everything that we had to do, right? Because, we didn't have any room for error. So it's been done before and we could definitely do it. But 200, let's see, you said 201 right now?
No, I'm 212 right now.
212. Okay, so above 200, let's say you're pretty lean. I'd say like 185, 190, you would be right in that 7% range.
7? Okay, when I hear 7 and I've seen 7, like, okay, maybe I don't want to be that peeled because that's...
I'm just taking it as like, okay, let's get as like, when we say peeled, right?
Yeah.
That's where I'm going, like the 4 to 7% range. I'm thinking of that because in bodybuilding competitions, let's say if you were to do that, I'm not saying we have to, that's like, in my mind, what I have to go to kind of know what we would look at certain weights. So if at 185, 190, you're at that 6 to 7% body fat, then we know like, okay, we don't need to get that lean. So that means we have some room for error there to be close to that 200-pound range. Now, we're talking like if we were at 10% body fat, we'd probably be more in that upper 190s, right? So that means maybe just to be safe, like 5 to 6 pounds of muscle, right? So if we're talking about by next summer, we would probably spend at least 8 to 9 months just trying to grow here, right? Oh shoot, I'm thinking it's October right now. I'm thinking July. But
I got 7 months.
7 months, all right.
7 months before cut. I mean, how long is the cut? A month and a half? 2 months?
Depends on what we want to do and what you can handle, right? I think that let's give us 8, just for room for error there, just to have an extra month there. To really optimize it, we would need longer, but it's very possible. Again, we have really good genetics in the family. Again, you also haven't been predisposed to like optimal nutrition intake and optimal training towards hypertrophy, right? So we have a lot of room to play with there. So in my mind, I think if everything's in line and we're really good about everything, we can probably gain that 5 pounds in a 6-month timeline.
I want to be like, let's say I was going to do a show. I'm not going to do a show because I'm not,
I never seen that.
No, it's just not me, man. I don't know. I know you said it wasn't you and you've done it, but I just can't see myself, mostly naked in front of a bunch of people and they're cheering.
You can do men's physique, bro. Board shorts.
Yeah. I just don't like attention like that drawn to myself, but I want to do something I've never done in my life. And like everything else in my life hasn't been like extremely challenging. I think this is one of those things that I feel like, this is going to be a challenge for me. And I mean, that's what the podcast is about. That's what this whole channel is about. It's about getting better. And I think if I physically try and get better and like, hey, if you have the blueprints to do it and I show people like, hey, this is how it is done and it can be done. Dude, if I could do it at 42, I mean, well, I'll be 43. But if I could do it at 43, dude, I mean, so many people that are out there, they're just, oh, I can't do this or I can't do that. I just want to plant seeds of hope, I guess I want to say. So with your help, I think that'd be possible.
But yeah, for sure. So when you go through this process, it's I know it'd be a different type of communicating for us. Like, I mean, not really, but still kind of like, because we talk to each other as brothers, like now it's kind of like this is the hard thing with training family members. It's kind of like you take it easier on the person, or very lax, just because it's kind of take it for granted, like oh, it's my brother, whatever, For this, you have to treat it like a client-coach relationship, right? As far as the coaching aspect goes. So if I need you to get something done, we got to get it done, right? I need it done at a certain time. Whatever we can fit in there. Obviously, I'm going to cater it more to your life. Like, we got kids, you got things you do already, so we have to cater toward that lifestyle factor. I'm not going to make you do things that are possible for you. But when I'm saying, like, hey, we got to go from like 200 grams of carbs down to 100 this week, and you're like, oh, but I got this event, whatever it is. We're like, hey, we have this mapped out already. We got this plan that we need to get done. And right now we need more of a sense of urgency, whatever. We got to get it done, right? So just things like that. We got to make sure like that's the standard we hold with each other, and you can't. And if you ever feel like I'm taking it easier on you, or if you just have questions like, hey, is this the appropriate amount of body fat I should be at right now? Whatever. Then ask me and be like, oh, maybe I am taking it too easy because he's my brother. So things like that. We just got to make sure that's established, that we're not going to go easy on each other, and we're going to get things done.
Okay.
That's probably the biggest thing I see as being the obstacle for this.
Honestly, if you give it to me, I'm not going to have issues with it. I'm gonna do it. I don't see you having to be hard on me, like that. I'm not going to just like do what you're asking me to do, because I'm asking you to do it. I'm not going to just waste your time. So.
That's the thing. Like, I've trained people for free in the past, and they just don't pan out because they're like, "Oh, it's free. It's not as big of a thing." But then you provide some incentive, you make someone pay. Then they're like, "Oh, I'm going to do it because I paid this much money, whatever." So that's why I say, like, specifically in this, because we have two things going on. We're brothers, and then like I'm obviously going to train you for free. So that's the thing. You can't let that get you indirectly. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes when we're given things. And it's not like it's for you came and asked. Like that's already hard enough to do. Like you're already like, shoot, I got to ask my younger brother for this.
Okay, so what information do I need? What do I need to give you? What do we need to do from here?
So I just like to establish a check-in day for everyone right off the get-go, so we know like, hey, this is the day we're going to get things done, everything in at that time. So what day for you is the best? And when I talk about best day, it's going to be the mornings that are more open for you, like where you have the time to fill out info, take your pictures, and send that in to me.
Okay. Tuesdays would probably be my best day to do that.
Cool. Basically, how the check-in goes is that I have a little form for you to fill out on that day, and then we just do fastest picks, whatever that be, posing, or just like the standard straight up and down, front, back shot, and both side shots on there. And then we'll go over digestion, your sleep, mentality. We'll check in on your training, and then how your training quality is and how your recovery is. That's basically what I have you checking on the questionnaire. So week to week, we kind of know where you're at.
What I've noticed lately is I need to cut out a day of working out. So 6 days a week is too many for me. Five is better, because I don't recover enough if I'm doing 6 days a week. I don't recover. So I need to do 5.
So we could do like a 4 to 5 day deal where you have an optional fit day if you want. And we'll go over like what type of training you want too. But what I'm thinking is 4 to 5 days split throughout the week. 2 days on, 1 day off, 3 days on, 1 day off, or vice versa, 3 days on, 1 day off, whatever. However you want to split it up. And then that third day on the tail end could be the optional day if you wanted to do that. Yeah, that's pretty much everything.
All right. Well, I'm excited. I think it's going to be good. The family's going to have the ramifications of it. Like whatever I do, they're going to do. So they might not necessarily do the same thing, but they're going to be like, hey, I'm working out, so you guys got to come work out too. And I'm eating this way. You guys got to eat this way. So they won't be probably as hardcore as I'm going to be, but they're working out, and their eating habits will definitely change along with mine.
You'll do good. You're already kind of used to sticking to a regimen anyway. So usually people who stick to a certain lifestyle regimen have an easier time doing this than others. When you have to force it, that's when issues come up. So you'll do really well. You got to be my best athlete though, because that's my brother. I'm coaching my brother. So
yeah. Okay. You give me standards that I have to live up to. Then I see.
If you can get as good as Monday did, then you're fine, bro.
Okay. All right, then. I'll see you Thursday or this weekend, whenever you end up coming over.
All right.
Later. All right, you guys. So you heard it. We are gonna work out as though we're doing a bodybuilding show, but actually not stepping on stage. This is gonna be something different than I've ever done in my life. I've worked out, I've gained weight, I've did cuts, bro cuts, and whatever else. But this will be the first time I actually have a coach, and it's my brother. So you guys get to be here for the journey, hang out. I will try and do weekly check-ins. Maybe it'll be bi-weekly. But as I do weekly check-ins with him, I'm going to record the whole process so you guys can see what it's like to have a bodybuilding coach. And and join me on this journey, because it's going to be a wild ride. And I have, let's just see where this goes.